We're obsessed with the Connie Pheiff Show. It's about a lifestyle shift to move up or out.
Hey, what's your jam? What's the one thing that really drives you? What makes you unstoppable?
It's about opening a new door to live your dream.
People give up way too early on their dreams.
It's about enjoying the journey. It's about keeping it real.
Damn, now the interviewee is interviewing the interviewer. I like this.
It's all about you.
I knew there was something else I wanted to do. Stop taking shit so seriously. Y'all can do this. Take an outrageous look at life and laugh.
This is the Connie Pheiff Show.
We love your voice. We love your jam. You need to be on radio.
And now your host, Connie Pheiff.
Hi, everyone. And happy beginning of the new week. Whatever day it is for you, I'm Connie Pheiff. I am your Unstoppable Diva. And thanks for being here. And thanks for following us on the Connie Pheiff Show. We continue to bring you outrageous guests. Well, those that we call the crazy ones who have really are making a difference in this world. And going back to my Girl Scout days, I like to say we love to talk to people who have that confidence, who have that courage, and who have that drive, who are really making the world a better place. And today we have exactly that. We are here with Master Mingtang Gu, and he dedicates his life to advancing the practice of Western medicine with traditional Chinese medicine, known as wisdom healing. So I am going to just jump right in, and I'm going to welcome Master Mingtang Gu. Welcome to the Connie Pheiff Show.
Thank you, Connie. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you, with all the listeners. And I have to say, you're the walking model of what you're trying to accomplish, the message you're delivering. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. There is so much that I do follow in terms of Western medicine, Chinese medicine, and I myself suffered for years, and now I was diagnosed with allergies to everything. And I finally went to a traditional Chinese medicine doctor, and who said, "You have no allergies. Get off all that medicine. We're gonna clear your system." And it has changed my life. It has changed my life, and I have been sold on this practice. But the work you're doing, you're bringing that healing practice to thousands of people around the world. I know through your retreats, you have workshops, some of your books. I know you're working on a new book, and even your online programs, all from your center in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Right. So, yeah, people, now facing so much challenges, especially health crisis. But now in this pandemic, that really exploded to all kind of crises, economical crisis and social, political, environmental crisis we are all facing. And so, normally, when people are diagnosed with whatever problems, whatever diagnosis might be, and often, incurable condition and chronic condition. In chronic condition means incurable according to the conventional medicine. And often people are so shocked. It's like, why me? Why now? As if something happened just overnight,
Right.
But tell you the truth, nothing happens overnight. Nothing.
No.
Nothing happens overnight. So the real issue has been happening gradually over the time, from all of our history of life. Whatever you have experienced from childhood, from growing up, from being parents, grandparents, being, parents to other, people. So even, everything you have been experiencing is contributing to what you are feeling, but more what are you functioning, in what level you're functioning, your own mind, body, heart, spirit functioning. So health is one of the most powerful indicator.
Right.
How you're functioning, how not just the physical body. Your mind, your heart, your body, how together functioning.
Right. And there, like you said, though, there is a lot of stress going on right now.
Absolutely.
With COVID, and I talk to people and, I got an ache in my back and I never had that before. Or even my husband, he was complaining about a pain in his side for, a couple of weeks. And we're like, well, should we go to the doctors? And we're not near our natural doctor in California because we're spending our COVID days in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And so we went to, a traditional Western doctor here, and they said, you have gas. So I'm like, okay. And so, we just watched what he was eating, and then eventually it went away. I mean, really, I think it was stress. It's just, I think it really was stress. And so many people, again, they're having these little ailments or these little things coming up, and stress really does play a big part in our health.
Yeah. The bottom line is stress. If you want to say everything else can be true, but boil down to it is the stress. So not only the mental stress, emotional stress, as well the physical stress, stress from all directions, relationship, money, environment, weather and the political condition, economical issue we're all facing, and the uncertainty of life. Yeah. Right. So, recognize right now in the pandemic period time, the main challenge we're facing is stress. That's so important to really recognize that challenge. Right. Then we can directly work with that challenge instead of ignoring it and wishing it's not there. So, even, the medicine may be solving the symptom for a while, but if you don't deal with the stress, then other problem will come again. Yeah.
Your childhood, you grew up in China during the Cultural Revolution. You endured hunger, poverty, long separation from your birth family, and such incredible hardships to where you've come to today. And I'm certain there was a lot of stress that you had to overcome. So was it that, or what was it that led you down the path of really doing research and doing that combination between Western medicine and, and the Chinese that you brought to this country?
So, for me, besides the hardship of childhood, I had these two main co-incurable chronic conditions. One is sclerosis, another is asthma. And later on, I realized asthma was caused by severe trauma. When I was 5 years old, as a boy, fell down a toilet. And back then, the toilet in China in a small village means a big hole called outhousing. Oh. It's a big hole in the ground and the shit to this level. Yes. 5 years boy. So I lost consciousness and couldn't breathe. And then, luckily, for whatever good reasons I came back. But I didn't remember their circumstances. Actually, I realized later on towards the later time of my healing journey, recovering from asthma, the memory came back. But then I realized my mind chose not to remember that trauma. Right. Because it was so severe. But the body carry that trauma. Right. So that was a really aha moment for me to realize that is happening for all of us. Yeah. So whether you had a trauma in the childhood or not, is whether you remember or not, right now we're experiencing collective trauma. Humanity is experiencing a trauma right now. That means what's happening in our life, these greater challenges, is beyond our control, beyond what we can deal with, beyond what we comfortably, adapt. So So
I love the collective trauma, though.
It's happening.
Talk about that, right?
So what happened is, in my case, my mind disconnected from this body because it was so severe, couldn't deal with that. So then the body carried that trauma continuously. Right. So as energy contracting in the body as a trauma, is part of me suppressed from this, impossible moment of cannot breathe. Yeah. almost like the soul fragmented in my body. And so as a physical condition is asthma, repeating that scenario of cannot breathe.
Right.
But my mind was like, doesn't want to deal with it,
Yes.
So instead, what I did is study mathematics. Is the most mental, abstract, disconnect from the body.
Right. There was no connect, no.
Exactly. So trying to figure out about life mentally, abstractly, and I was making good progress, was very successful. But then realizing I wasn't happy.
There was something missing.
Something's missing. So somehow I discovered fine arts, photographer and video in my new passion, and allow me to come back to my heart, allow me to, shift, connecting from the left brain to the right brain. But that was really extraordinary experience, extraordinary journey, adventure, a new discovery. But then I still realizing I was not just happy enough. Doesn't feel, complete in a sense, because
so that was an education journey from you. But I'd like to go back to your journey where you actually left your village to attend college here at Ohio State University. How did that happen?
No, actually, there was a missing piece in the bio. I went to college in China as first person, probably, in long history from our village.
Okay.
I studied very hard because I lived in a very poor environment. How my spirit was so strong. I want to be successful. Right. And as a boy, I didn't know how to do that besides study hard. But I had an inner sense from childhood. I was going to leave my hometown far, far away and had no idea what that means. But that feeling was
we have a similar story.
Yeah, so strong. And even my elementary teacher felt that this boy go somewhere else. He's doesn't belong here. That feeling.
Right.
And I didn't realize, I went so far away from my hometown, came all the way to U.S.
You really went far away.
Planet, right, to discover myself, my potential, and my destiny. And I studied, I went to mathematics in college and always the best in every class I went. But then a teacher came, a professor, very accomplished mathematician came from US to visit our college. So he decided to pick up 2 students to come with him. And so I ended up come with him to UCSD and under scholarship. And that was graduate program in mathematics. Then I continued with him to Harvard in the graduate school until I have uncontrollable passion for art. So I totally dropped the mathematics and PhD program, went to graduate school in fine arts in Ohio State. That was my whole story.
And that put a smile on your face.
Oh my God. That was a completely different picture of my life. So everything changed since then. Also, I think opened the doorway for me to discover Wisdom Healing Qigong. And I was not grown up with Qigong when I was in China. And later on, I discovered not only Qigong has a long history in China, but it has been kept secretive from the public until 60 years ago. And even when I was born later on, like at the end of the Cultural Revolution, and things start opening up, but most people don't know about anything about Qigong.
Right.
Like 70, later 70, early 80s, Qigong movement started in China. And I didn't know anything about it. And I came to US in 85.
Right.
And I discovered Qigong 95, 10 years later, in Ohio State, through a mutual friend. And she was teaching Tai Chi in this form of Qigong, but she's not Chinese descent. She is just a white woman and interested in ancient, ancient things, specifically Asian things. And she into health, wellness, spiritual development. So she shared this practice with me, and immediately I know this is profound. This is important. So I became very serious.
Into that.
A little bit with her, then with her teacher, then eventually went to China to study with the founder of the system, Wisdom Healing Qigong, in the Medicines Qigong Hospital.
And that's one of the largest hospitals of that in the world, from what I found in the research. So, I mean, you're practicing yoga, Buddhism, Qigong. I mean, just the work that you've done and you've accomplished. And then you returned to China for your training, but you still came back to the US. Yeah.
And I felt that was really interesting decision, I felt comfortable in the US, very comfortable, especially after my artistic journey, and feel like more international citizenship. That's how I felt. I didn't feel actually 100% comfortable in China, actually. So I came back from China to US. I didn't know what to do. I actually asked my teacher, should I teach this Qigong as a full-time job or half-time job? Should I keep my, old job as an artist? And he kindly, very from a caring place like my spiritual father, he's like, you should keep your job first and go back to the US and try it first, see how it works. Because it's not only new in China, it's so new in US, right? Yes. There's no such thing as a job, as a Qigong teacher, Qigong master. So, but I came back. I didn't listen to him. I started to teach full time without knowing how I can feed myself.
Okay.
Luckily, I was just by myself. I met my wife already, but she lived in China at the time. So I was more just responsible for my own.
Yourself then, right.
So it gave me freedom to explore. And that was like first stage of exploring how to, translate this ancient teaching. And from the Chinese culture, tradition has certain cultural, value, cultural belief, cultural language, and so on to it. And so how to express that in the Western culture? And that was, uncertain for me, but I tried my best. Then I realizing,
but what I'm hearing is that you didn't want a job. You wanted to live your belief.
Absolutely.
And you wanted to share, you wanted to be that journeyman to share that belief with other people and show them how they can heal, how they can live, how they can express themselves in a different way. So, I mean, you are the true vision of the people that we hope to inspire. I mean, my goal is to touch the lives of 100 million people in my lifetime and to inspire them. And you are truly doing that as an inspiration. And none of that is ever a job. It's who you are inside. It's within your soul. So that is.
It's a life work. Absolutely. You're right.
Right.
My wife and I talk often say, when I get into retire, so it's impossible for me to imagine any kind of retirement from what I'm doing.
I say I am never going to retire.
Exactly. I only
not what I do too much. Right. So, because you talk about medicine-less in the Qigong way. So can that be duplicated?
Yeah, that's, is my vision. So I'm doing it, in US humbly. In the beginning, I have been doing retreat for last 20 years, in different locations, renting different places, and it has been incredible healing benefit result for students. And then I eventually realized I need a stable place, a dedicated place.
Right.
why we moved to Santa Fe 4 years ago. Now we have our own center, can accommodate 50 people at a time, overnight guests. So it's small, but it's quite a big operation already.
Right.
So in terms of students come here to practice, they're spending from 1 week long up to 8 weeks long. So, and we have a very, intense program, ongoing program over the years. And now because of pandemic, we moved everything to online. But I started online program 10 years ago when I was in California.
So you're no stranger to it.
Yeah, so no stranger to this. So I'm very comfortable with the technology, especially the internet. And so I've been using that to share not only the information, but more importantly is the teaching, the practice, the direct experience, and realizing, wow, this is amazing, new gift in first time in human history. Now I can transmitting the energy directly through the technology to the students. And that is first time in the human history.
Wow.
It's like now such not only we can distribute the message more effectively, but the experience, the energy much more directly.
Yes, which is really powerful. I mean, before, I wrote down a note here when you were talking that, I mean, social media really took away or takes away the mystery, what happens. But on the positive side, we're able to use technology to our advantage.
Yeah, but we need to be careful, because most of us using the technology just for entertainment, information, news, and quick shot, quick connection, and without depth. And but you can use technology, go beyond that. That's the exciting part, is for practice, for sharing the deeper experience, for, even organizing contributing to the energy field on the planet Earth. Right. And it's for transformation.
Yes.
Knowledge does not lead into transformation.
Right.
And only the practice, the experience can lead to transformation.
Yes, you have to practice it every day. Yeah. And that's
now it becomes so, incredible gift. We all can do that now through the internet. Yeah. Not like the old days, you have to have a teacher in the local place. You have to have all the schedule, clear up. You have to travel, So now suddenly we can do everything at home, especially in pandemic. We locked down to home. Yes. The big question now what?
Right, now what? But you're absolutely right. My stepdaughter was here a couple of weeks ago, and she lives in a state over, and she came up for the weekend, and she knew that I do practice on this. So she started asking me all sorts of questions, and I didn't even think she had any interest in it because I just, I didn't talk about it. I have 5 children, so, I don't share that all with them because I just don't know. But she was so interested in this. And then she's seeing that you were coming up on my, my schedule and the work that you were doing. So, and I have her number of different books there on meditation and, Buddhism and, just practicing yoga. So I sent her home with the whole package of stuff, sun lamps and oils. So
that's wonderful. You never know what can happen. You plant these with her, then she will discover for herself whatever divining time. But also now it's a time of great need. It's time of great opportunity. It's time of great challenge as well. So it's really, I think we are not only we say we're in this together, but also we can wake up together more.
I like that. I do like that because when I hear people saying we're in this together, I think,
more about negative part.
Right.
Let's survive this. But what about let's survive, thriving, find a new way of thriving and a way of discovering the new vision, new possibility.
I think it's really a discovery discovery. It's a discovery process. And I mean, we work with different clients, and honestly, I had to purge a couple because they were just, and it was done lovingly. It was definitely done lovingly, just to give them their space, that they weren't feeling the pressure and the demands of what they have to deliver and do. So lovingly, it was, I'm going to give you your space for a bit of time so, you can just, not figure it out, but relax and find what that looks like on the other side for them so they can be thriving for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, on one hand, this is so important, Connie, doing gently inviting this process.
Yes.
On the other hand, I think we need the opposite too. Is really kind of shake up, is what I'm saying is I need both. The
yes.
shake up part is what I want to share is, when we're recognizing all the crisis we're experiencing,
yes.
The conclusion is simple. The way we've been living life has not been working.
Right.
As simple. That is my conclusion.
That is the simplest way to put it. Yeah. It hasn't been working. So what can you do differently?
Exactly. So now we can really, the most important job, most important learning, most important change we can make is go back to the most essential, most simple thing, from scratch.
Yes. Right.
From scratch.
Go back to simplicity.
Exactly. Asking the question, what is most important thing in my life? What is most nourishing thing in my life?
Right.
What is the new vision for my life?
Right.
Why everything else is falling apart?
Yeah. The simple thing that I encourage people to do.
Yeah. When you're asking the question, you start naturally discover you have to go inside you.
Right.
You have to go inside of you. So one of the lessons we're learning in Qigong is self-care.
Yes.
Self-care. Until you can take care of yourself in a wise, responsible, loving, as well compassionate way, you cannot truly take care of your family, take care of other people.
Right.
Cannot take care of whatever community, your big vision you have, taking care of the planet Earth. We're going to continue making the same mistake from the past.
Right. It is beautiful. And you know what? I just realized and recognize the time. I would love to keep chatting with you. This, again, it's beautiful. The other thing too, with people who are feeling so isolated, one thing that I do encourage them as well is pick up the phone and call someone.
Yeah.
Talk to an old friend, talk to your parent, talk to someone, again, that you haven't talked to in a very long time and reconnect, because that's one thing that we've lost over the years. We've lost that connection. And like you said, we have social media and it's just, hi, how are you? And there's no depth to that. But, and I did it myself because I'm guilty of that. You get so busy and it's like, well, I should just say hi, so you'll do a quick text, but I have made it very intentionally to, again, pick up the phone and just call somebody and reach out to, to different people. And although we can't be together, but at least you're letting them know that you are there and you do care about them as well. So, and it makes you feel good when you do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. The human connection we're all longing for deeply.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So that's one part for me, as I have been doing the online program, just feel so connected with the community. And not just like-minded people, but really just energy, presence, and share deeply, practice deeply, being together deeply in this difficult time, really feeling the compassion for all the stress we're feeling, all the pain we're feeling, all the confusion we're feeling, all the issue we're facing in the personal level and the collective level. Just that space is so uplifting. It's so healing. It's so amazingly important for this time. So I would recommend even further beyond just the, pick up the phone using this new technology called Zoom or any, video conference technology.
Yes.
If you're not computer sophisticated, you'll be surprised how easy that is.
It is
Just
easy.
click on the button, then you feel like you're in the same room, talking to each other, just like what are we doing right now, so personal, so beautiful.
And that's what we're doing with the meetings industry, where it's Zoom. I mean, people went into panic and then what do I do? And we were holding some town hall meetings and just trying to, help people through it, because we've been doing virtual for years myself. I've been doing this for over 8 years. And, I've had different platforms along the way and, enhance my skills and our tools along the way as well. So, and help other people that don't quite know what that is or, see that as a bit scary or challenging. The Connie Pheiff Show is heard everywhere. You can find The Connie Pheiff Show on most of your favorite networks. It's time to now recognize and thank our major networks for all of their support. In the house, we have Conscious Business Radio, C-Suite Radio, Transformation Radio, iHeartRadio. We are also heard on Google Play, Apple Radio, Stitcher, and so many more that I just can't keep up with them all. I'm Connie Pheiff, your Unstoppable Diva. Learn more about our gym and how we can work together at my fancy schwanky website, ConniePheiffShow.com. I'll see you over there. Until then, like, share. Now back to the show. So really quick, 30 seconds. Share what your training video is.
Yeah, it's including some movement practice, very gentle, very meditative, allow you not only connecting with your own body, that's most important. When disconnecting from your body, you cannot truly make any change. So connecting with your body, that's the awareness practice. And you connect in the deeper dimension beyond just the physical body, beyond just pain, beyond just discomfort, discovering the energy, discovering the energetic connection, not only within you, but also with earth, with the universe, with the loving relationship within your life. And then you bring that nourishment directly to your body. And then the sound practice allow you use the vibration, activating the energy of your 5 organ system, particularly the emotional body. So you can work in with the stressful emotions such as worry, such as fear, such as anger, such as sadness, such as even depression. So when you're awakening, opening the energy, these emotions start to shift to more positive, more, life-nourishing emotion.
Right.
Even, the stressful emotion is inevitable at a time like this. But if you're stuck with this, stressful emotion, then eventually big problem comes. Right. So if you deal with consciously, while you're experiencing it without pushing it away, without barrier in your system, then you can continue recover more effectively with more resilience, more emotional balance, more loving kindness for yourself, for others. Then other practice, also including meditation, allow you calm your mind, gradually creating more open mental space beyond the stressful thinking, beyond the stressful news, beyond the repetition of your, history in your mental story, almost like the tape rewiring itself, repeating itself. And if you couldn't get out of that, then your whole life going to continue controlled by that. Right. Then you're not blaming anyone else. So it's up to you how to get out of that. And the meditation is so important for you to
it is.
New freedom, new space.
I don't go a day without meditation. The Master Ming Tong Gu. I have to end right now because we are beyond our time. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you for being here. Enjoyed speaking to you. I definitely want to learn more about your work and what you do. And for everyone listening, you want to check this out again. It's Wisdom Healing. Help me say that.
Wisdom Healing Qigong. And I'm sharing some free resources with this listener. And you can go to the website, ancienthealingsecrets.com, find all the free resources, free download, including ebook, including practice visualization, so you can experience yourself at home, convenience of home. And they're very simple, but very direct, very powerful. So happy to support you any way I can.
Oh, thank you for being here. Master Ming Tong Gu, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. It's been wonderful.
My delight. Thank you so much.
Well, that's all I have for everyone this week. Remember, meditation is so key to just bringing you peace and joy and to love yourself. You really need to do that. And just something that I learned, I can't say a long time ago, but something that I learned, and I don't miss it. It's something that I practice every day. So thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing the Connie Pheiff Show, and be kind to each other. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, y'all, it's Connie Pheiff. Thank you for listening to the Connie Pheiff Show. Check back often. You don't want to miss any of the good stuff. If you like what you hear and would like to be a guest on the show, head over to theconniefeifshow.com to apply. While you're there, check out our amazing advertising opportunities that will put you right in front of your perfect client. I will see you over there. Do yourself a favor this week. Activate your power and be unstoppable together.